was the scene of a double murder. 50 shots in total were fired from 5
50 shots! Oh my god. Today we're going to react to a documentary of Pooh Shiesty, the real menace of South Memphis. Let's get into the reaction.
I got a fetish for cheese. I tell her you better believe who really ahead of the G.
On some real shit, I gotta keep it so 100. I ain't never like you, cuz.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't
Right
never
away.
like your ass. I never liked you,
Yeah, right away on the Facebook Live. God, it's crazy, yo. When someone gets famous, like then you start seeing like all these people, like people are recording your live all the time. It's crazy.
No, I ain't like you. In the street, like we ain't gonna talk about that on here though.
Yo, I know nothing about South Memphis, nothing at all until like he blew. Crazy.
And I was hustling. I always was playing Memphis rappers. I felt like they had such an underground scene. That's what I gravitated to. Like the most gutter music is what I want to hear.
Police and prosecutors
Gucci's like, I'm on that murder time. Like that's all I want to hear.
say Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the shots flew, and it happened right across the
Yo,
street.
that beat is dumb hard, gosh.
From the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands.
Alright, what's up everybody? Probably the most requested artist for me to make a video on right now is Pooh Shiesty. It's one of the biggest movements in rap and it's coming out of Memphis, but for a lot of folks, it feels like he came out of nowhere. Last week, Shiesty...
Yeah, it does. Like for me, like he literally just blew when he had that song with Dirk, Back in Blood. Like that's the first time I heard of him, and then boom, he just took off.
He was second only to Drake for the most streamed artist in the country.
Yeah,
there's a reason everyone's
Drake is always #1, bro. What's up with this kid, man?
drawn to him. Pooh Shiesty's crew, Chopper Gang's gotta be one of the wildest in the industry, and the music reflects it. Doesn't matter how many billboards all over the country have his face on it. Doesn't matter he's signed to a major label deal with Gucci and Atlantic, selling 60K the first week on his debut album. Shiesty will still rob a dude in Miami who was trying to sell him weed and some Jordans, stick 2 shooters on the guy, sending him to the hospital, escape in a green McLaren, get arrested, bond out, and leave the state in a private jet.
Saying the two left the state in a private jet. Who, they got the right guy?
See, Shiesty keeps his circle small. You basically gotta give your life to Chopper Gang just to be around. Chopper Gang Hank, he's locked up for an attempt murder, allegedly shot up a car and paralyzed the dude in a bad case of mistaken identity. Chopper Wop, he's down for a murder and 2 attempts. Even Shiesty's best bro, Big 30, who was signed to a deal way before Shiesty was, getting tens of millions of streams a month. He got booked 2 weeks before Shiesty did on felony drug charges in Alabama, got extradited back to Memphis for another pending case he was already fighting, made bond, and released the song first day out. But most of the mainstream...
Yo, I feel like every rapper, like, that's like, as soon as they get out of jail, first day out. Freaking, what's his name? YB's about to, young boy's about to do this too. As soon as he gets released, if he gets released, because he got hit by with the feds. The feds, you know, when the feds come after you, that's raps. So I don't know, but if he gets out of this first day out, every rapper likes to do that.
Stream was not tuned in until Lil Durk and Shiesty came together to make the song Back in Blood. And while most fans were focused on Durk in the wake of the Quando and Vaughn situation, the entire city of Memphis was focused on Shiesty's verse. Because he wasn't just rapping, Shiesty was talking about a specific event that happened where he and 2 members of his crew went to a rival house.
Oh, that's a fact. Like yeah, that is crazy. Yo, this is crazy because when I'm listening to that song, like I was focused on Durk's verse because you know the Vaughn thing, you know, with Quando Rondo, like his man's killing Vaughn. Like I was focused on his verse, but yo, he's saying that like Shiesty was also like Pooh Shiesty was also speaking about something that was going on in his city, like something specific, which I thought he was just talking, but most of the time these rappers, they're not just talking, like especially if they're just coming up, they're really like most of the time it's like it's linked to something.
House in Memphis and robbed a bunch of guns from them. That's why in the lyrics he says, yeah, you know who took that shit from you, come get it back in blood. On the song, Shiesty's talking directly to them.
We ain't mad, Scott. We want you to see this face. You niggas know who or what did that to y'all. You niggas know.
The rival gangs called EBG, and them and Shiesty have had problems for many years locally in Memphis. EBG being from the north, Shiesty being from the south, it plays into this divide that's long existed in the city. But now the Back in Blood song is worldwide, hitting the number 8 spot on Billboard charts, getting 50 million views on YouTube in 1 month, forcing EBG, who aren't even rappers, to respond over the same Back in Blood beat.
The real chopper gang.
Their remix got taken down a bunch of times, each time getting hundreds of thousands of views in days. So EBG dropped a second diss track, this one called Rumors. They even got Quando Rondo to make an appearance, taking collateral shots at Dirk just for being on the original song with Shiesty.
Dang, I did not know about that. Dang.
We're gonna get into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is some motivation from my guy K Johnny. Let's go.
To the point I don't give a fuck no more. Just thought I should fucking mention. I done fucked around and got my heart broke, but I done buried all of my feelings. My dick more being stupid shit in the trash.
Alright, right now, Memphis is like the gold rush for artists. Everybody's getting signed. And the reason is...
That's a fact, money bag like crazy.
Memphis has one of the rawest, most authentic cultures, but there's a lot more to it than good music and good barbecue.
Ooh, that barbecue looks mighty good, I had to say. Mighty good.
Memphis is the heart of the Bible Belt, with more churches than gas stations.
Yo,
on one hand,
this beat, bro, elite. What is this beat, bro? Because, oh my gosh, like, it's getting me in the zone.
it's that southern hospitality, home of friendly folks who work hard to get by, but on the other hand, it's extreme violence, making Memphis the 3rd most dangerous city in America. It's rural country, so practically
Allentown, yo, I see the Allentown back there, yo. Allentown and Reading, yo, and Lancaster, yeah, that's all around me. Yo. Allentown is 8. Lancaster is 2. Bro, I did not know that. I did not know Lancaster was 2. Like, that's crazy, bro. Look at the top. Look at the top ones around PA. The top ones around PA now, like 2, 10, and 8 been around them all my life. Oh gosh.
Making Memphis the 3rd most dangerous city in America. It's rural.
Oh, that's the safest. What am I talking about? That's the safest. Oh gosh, I was about to say, yo, that's the safest. My bad.
Memphis is the heart of the Bible Belt, with more churches than gas stations. On one hand, it's that southern hospitality, home of friendly folks who work hard to get by, but on the other hand, it's extreme violence, making Memphis the 3rd most dangerous.
Yeah, that's the safest. Gosh, look at the ones in red. Gosh, Albuquerque, Wichita, Memphis. Memphis is 3. What's 1? What's 1? Well, you know, we like to be safe around here. Come on now.
Dangerous city in America. It's rural country, so practically everybody's tooled up, and folks have paramilitary weapons. In areas like the South or North Memphis, your life expectancy is 20 years shorter than other parts of the city.
Right now, in some neighborhoods in Memphis, families are sleeping on the floor to avoid being hit by gunfire from outside. For some, they live in a war zone.
For Pooh Shiesty, he's from the Cane Creek Apartments in South Memphis, just 15 minutes from Moneybag Yo's hood, the Walker Homes, not far from Young Dolph's neighborhood in Castalia, and black youngsters around the way too. Pooh Shiesty growing up was very much on that killer be killed energy. Let his boy Big 30 tell you, at age 11, Shiesty thought he was American gangster, getting arrested and expelled from middle school at the same time, forced to wear
he's been skinny.
Ankle monitor. See, Shiesty followed in his pop's footsteps. Pooh's father was a known gangster and founder of the record label Mob Ties. In 2006, one of his artists, who went by the name Miscellaneous, got into a triple shooting at Yo Gotti's birthday bash. The club managers knew that Yo Gotti and
it sucks because his dad was a gangster too. So when you kind of, it's kind of hard. Most of the time, it's hard to break out of those patterns, so it just sucks. Sometimes you're born into something and then you just kind of fall into it. It's nothing you can do about it. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to really break out, kind of change the pattern, break the pattern. Damn.
and Miscellaneous.
At least now he's out. I mean, we'll see if he's coming up, but he's making good money. Let's see what he does, because sometimes you start making good money, some people make dumb mistakes because there's so much at once. So we'll see what happens.
Were beefing, and instead of canceling the event, they hired 35 security guards using 4 metal detectors to screen the crowd. It didn't work. That same year, Shiesty's father was convicted of being an accessory in the murder of a local female DJ, which put him on supervised parole. Even with the law breathing down his neck, his pops was still hustling for almost a year, bringing in money under the radar from a trap house on a street called Porter. The house fell on a dead end and looked like it had been abandoned. But little did Pooh's father know, Memphis police had been monitoring the spot for months. One day, his father was in there. They had the measuring cups by the stove, the digital scales on the kitchen counter. One of them had weed, the other had cocaine. Suddenly, there was a loud boom as the front door busted open, and cops bursted in, rushing apartment 3 that was just up the stairs. As the cops ran up, this 75-pound pit bull came sprinting around the corner and leaped at their necks, so the officers shot it 3 times before the dog retreated to the kitchen and later died.
Yo, that does pit bulls are just crazy. I thought he was gonna say the dog just died on the spot, but he said the dog retreated, ran back to wherever, and then that must have been crazy adrenaline. Like, you know, pit bulls are just different. They're a different breed, though.
In the chaos, you could hear yelling, "Go, go, go," as people ran from apartment 3 to apartment 4, trying to escape.
This is giving me Act kind of vibe, but Act wasn't like, I don't think Act was like academic, so I don't think he used to narrate like this, but this is crazy narration, man. You are killing this.
Glass shattered as folks jumped out the window, leaving Pooh's father in the kitchen, cornered by police. They told him to surrender, and he did, leaving the officers with 12.5 grams of coke, 8 pounds of kush, and $10,000 cash that they took from Pooh's father's left pocket. With his pops in and out doing Fed bids, Shiesty was running around a badass little kid, jumping people, finessing people. That's how he got the name Shiesty. And Memphis is a small world, everybody knows each other. Shiesty even went to Central High School with some of the people he's into it with right now, like the main rapper from EB.
But the thing is that, like, I guess, I mean, he took on the name, but I feel like when I was growing up, Shiesty, man, like, just grimy, like, a person was grimy, but I guess it's, I don't know, being grimy was never a good thing, but it's to each their own.
EBG, E-Jizzle. But Pooh's reputation began to travel. In high school, he expanded his circle, clicking up on some plans to get money by any means. Together with his childhood friend Big 30 from Whitehaven, Little Hank, Antwop, and a few others, they came up with the name Chopper Gang, and it stuck.
Chopper Gang shit. Chopper Gang shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
That accent is just funny to me. Like, it's just funny.
We ain't got a pop out here. We real, we slugging shit. Nigga ain't gonna die. We gonna come chop nigga whole block, street, whatever.
Within Chopper Gang, there are various members that come from big sets that are prominent in the area. What a lot of people don't know, Memphis has every single national gang and more. It's extremely active, with this new trend towards hybrid gangs, smaller mobs and cliques within the sets going renegade, warring with each other.
See where there was an older person running everything, but it's been changing a lot, and a lot of these young kids with these.
I feel like nowadays, like, getting in a gang is kind of dumb. Like, it's like, what's the point? But I mean, I guess if you're still in those environments, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. But it's like I don't know. But it's just, trying to stay away from gangs, man.
These offset groups, they're totally different.
More little cliques or little gangs that seem to be particularly violent and need less and less of a reason to resort to shooting a gun.
One story of a guy named White Grape, or White Boy Kenny, who went to Central High School with Pooh Shiesty and them, and was known for having girls lined up like a buffet. He was a member of Chopper Gang who got initiated into the Grape Street Crips. They beat the shit out of him, took a photo that went viral as he became an official Grape Street member. But one day, White Grape allegedly got his gun robbed from him, so Chopper Gang had to cut ties with him, basically disowning him. Only for White Grape to catch a murder case months later after a drug deal went wrong and clients tried to pay him with counterfeit money, so he shot and killed one of them. Now, Chopper Gang continued spreading their enterprise, planning bigger licks that brought more danger. Shiesty himself says before the age of 15,
this is like a movie.
You're gonna lose a close friend in Memphis. Guaranteed someone close to you is gonna get killed. Around 2016, he lost his best friend Trey, which turned his heart cold. Pooh Shiesty vowed to live with no remorse from that day forward and be a menace to society. And after he graduated high school in 2018, Chopper Gang had many streams of income flowing in, and they started using some of this money they were making to pay for studio time.
I just turned up. You said brrr.
It was one of those rare cases where the music blew up out the gate. They dropped their first song, Breaking News, near the end of 2018, and by 2019, they were buzzing. Shiesty's childhood friend Big 30 got signed to fellow Memphis artist Moneybagg Yo. Meanwhile, Shiesty was still a free agent, dropping his singles every other week, racking in views. This caught the attention of Guap.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he signed to Moneybagg.
Was in the middle of building his 1017 roster, looking for the grimiest.
He has an ear, man. Like Gucci has an ear for music, man. He could have signed all these artists, bro, but because he went to jail, like he's a good dude. He let them do their own thing because he was in jail. He couldn't help them, but he's a good dude, man. He has an ear for music, man.
Grimiest artist he could find. Of course, Guap was the original slime. You remember hearing stories of a young Gucci Mane terrorizing the industry.
Yeah.
Famously, the first time he met French Montana to do a song together, French paid him $5,000 and waited in the studio patiently while Gucci took the money and left out the back door.
Gucci didn't like French because the first time he went in the studio to do a song with him, he paid Gucci $5,000 to get on the feature. And he was just sitting in the studio, but Gucci was going out the back door. Like, he wasn't doing nothing. And I said, Gucci, you can't do no shit like that.
And that's the same energy Gucci saw in Pooh Shiesty. After hearing one song on YouTube, he hit up Pooh on IG to get the paperwork ready for a major label deal with Atlantic. Chopper Gang was laughing to the bank. The industry fucked up and less.
I hope, because like Gucci could have been gone, man. But I really hope that he gives him some knowledge because, gosh, but wait, what's this? This is his roster. This is a new 1017. Who are these people? I know I seen her before. The girl, this girl right here. I seen her before on Corey Lil Ray's like music video. Obviously, everybody knows Pooh Shiesty, but who are these other three? Nah, this could be crazy. Gucci got something. He has an ear for music. I gotta find out who they are. If you know who they are, let me know in the comments because this is crazy.
Some real gangsters in. Big Scar, who's also from South Memphis and just happens to be Pooh Shiesty's cousin, he's a founding member of a clique called Double R. There's been in a brutal war at home in Memphis for quite some time. And up until this point, Big Scar was strictly in the streets, handling business, and never really considered himself a rapper. Until one day, he actually blew up off a reaction video done by a YouTuber named Tommy Craze, who reacted to Big Scar's first ever song when it had only 5 views in 9 hours.
How about Big Scar, make a play, 5 views 9 hours ago.
Oh,
man,
shit.
that was so hard. Definitely co-sign this track. Big Scar, make a play, go and check it out.
That song went on to do millions of views, and 2 months later, after Shiesty became a major label artist, and with only 2 songs ever published, his cousin Big Scar inked a deal with Gucci, making Chopper Gang and their affiliates the single biggest movement coming out of the Mid-South. And with all this attention on Memphis, it brought more drama to the city. Pooh Shiesty was living up to his name and began.
I don't know if that was a smart move for him because he only had 2 songs and like he signed. They probably didn't even give him that much.
And taking shots at another Memphis rapper named Big Boogie.
Where you at, Big Boogie? The Boogster. Where you at?
The Boogster.
Hey, Boogie, hey, Red Ron, I would get out there in the street with your gang, me by myself. The whole gang right now, today, in like 30 minutes, on live, all this shit. Why you say something back, cuz? You did that out of your fans, cuz. You let your fans boot your head up, cuz. You done cost yourself. You got shows and shit ahead of you, bro.
Boogie's a rising artist out of Fraser, which is the north super country part of Memphis. Seems like a good guy. According to Boogie, they never met a day in their life, but Shiesty claims when he pulled up in the north to see Boogie, it was a whole different story.
Oh, you been running from me, bro.
You been running.
You been running from me, bro. You know what happened in the north, bro, when I pulled up, came on your side, bro. You know what happened.
And Pooh is so petty, he even went as far as naming a strain of weed Red Rum, after Big Boogie's crew, Red Rum, just so he could say that he's smoking on that Red Rum pack. And the bigger you get, the bigger the target you become in Memphis. Just a few days after he went back and forth with Shiesty on social media, Big Boogie's concert in Mississippi got shot up. It was the scene of a double murder. 50 shots in total were fired from 50
shots! Oh my gosh, 50. This is not a war zone. This is a war zone. Like, oh my God.
Guns hitting Big Boogie's friend Jasmine, who was on stage with him, and she later died in Boogie's arms.
Dang.
Fast forward a few months later.
So it's the bystanders, bro. It's always the bystanders.
To November 6th. Durk and Pooh Shiesty linked up to drop the audio for the song Back in Blood. That's the same day where King Von passed away in Atlanta after an altercation with Quando Rondo outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. Shiesty and Durk had already filmed the music video back in Chicago, but chose not to release it yet. This was, in many ways, the mainstream's introduction to Pooh Shiesty. A few more weeks went by and the song continued to climb the charts. Then randomly, at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday in December, Shiesty posts this cryptic warning to Facebook. Drop that song and you're not gonna live to see that baby get here. That's when New Year's came around, January 1st, 2021. A Memphis crew called...
Yo, that is crazy. He said drop the, I don't know what he's talking about, but he said drop that song, you're not gonna see that baby. Oh my god, bro, that is crazy.
EBG put out a remix to Back in Blood, going after Shiesty, responding to everything he said on the original track. They got Choppa Gang Killer, CGK, on their t-shirts. Pooh responded immediately, saying this had to be the worst move this gang ever made, and that he did 18 million views off of them before he even said their name. The very next day, Shiesty dropped the music video that he filmed with Durk back in Chicago, making Back in Blood the trending topic once again, shooting all the way up the Billboard rankings. EBG's remix was getting taken down left and right due to copyrights, so EBG's main rapper E Jizzle dropped another diss track called Rumors, which ran up in views quickly, hitting 1 million views in less than a week. Then Jizzle,
I gotta listen to that one, I've never heard that one,
was shot 3 times just days after this second diss track went live.
I bet I can't do this. I can't do this.
Oh, yo, that's
Who this is? Who? I can't walk. I can't walk. Goomba.
3 bullets hit his arm, and after getting them removed, Jizzle was back on the block wearing a cast, just in time to drop his 3rd diss track called Paralyzed.
Yo, these yo, they're ruthless. They are ruthless.
To add to the unfortunate timing, Pooh Shiesty's brother, who had been on life support fighting for every breath, was pronounced dead just hours before EBG released this new diss. As it stands, the song has nearly 400,000 views in a week. EBG Jizzle went from a couple thousand followers to 50,000 almost overnight. And Memphis has pretty much been in a frenzy ever since. But yeah, man, let me know if there's a video you want me to cover in the comments below. I will see you in the next one.
This was crazy. This was crazy. If you guys want me to react to more things like this for like different rappers or whatever on his channel, please let me know in the comments below. This was crazy. Well, you know, it's your boy Vaughn and I'm out.